Myself M.T. Gurpe from Balpin College, and we are going to explain the synopsis of a rotational motion. In last period, we have explained certain part of the chapter rotational motion. Now, the continue to the last period. Here, this is the next part, that is thin rod. Consider a thin rod. Now, this is a thin rod. Now, our aim is to calculate the moment of inertia of a thin rod about an axis passing through its center. About an axis passing through. About an axis passing through. Center of mass passing through. Center of mass and perpendicular to its length. Perpendicular to its length. Now the moment of inertia is ml square by 12. Moment of inertia in this case is ml square by 12. Now the radius of gyration is the part which is multiplied with this capital M. Take the square root of that. That is square root of this L upon the square root of 12. So this is the moment of inertia and radius of gyration of the rod. Now the second case is moment of inertia. Moment of inertia of a rod. Moment of inertia of a rod about an axis passing through one end. Passing through one end. Moment of inertia of a rod about an axis. About an axis passing through. Passing through one end. Perpendicular to its length. So the next case is moment of inertia of a rod about an axis passing through one end and perpendicular to its length. Now actually here the length is L, that is already I have written here length of the rod is L, mass is M. Here also the length is again the same, that is L. Now in the next case the moment of inertia is ml square by 3 and obviously the radius of gyration is L upon square root of 3. Now this is about the two cases, that is one is about an axis passing through center of mass and another case is passing through at one end. Both axes are perpendicular to its length. Now the next case is consider solid cylinder. Solid cylinder. Solid cylinder. Now solid cylinder. Solid cylinder. Solid cylinder. Solid cylinder. Now we have to consider the solid cylinder like this. I draw a small. That is, this is a solid cylinder. This is a solid cylinder. Moment of inertia of a solid cylinder about a geometric axis. About a geometrical axis. About a geometrical axis. Means about this axis. About this axis. Now, the moment of inertia of a solid cylinder about the geometrical axis is mr square by 2. Radius of the gyration is r upon the square root of 2. Now, the next case is moment of inertia of the solid cylinder. You can draw solid cylinder like this because we have another model that is a hollow cylinder also. So to distinguish them, we just change this diagram like this. Now the next case is moment of inertia. Moment of inertia. Moment of inertia of a solid cylinder of mass m, radius r, and length m. Now this is the moment of inertia about a tangent. About a tangent and parallel to geometric axis. Geometrical axis. So the moment of inertia is 3 by 2 mr square. 3 by 2 mr square, and definitely the radius of gyration is root of 3 by 2 r. Root of 3 by 2 r. Now this is first case, this is second case, and the third case is moment of inertia of the solid cylinder. Moment of inertia about the solid cylinder about a transverse axis having its radius is capital R and length is capital L. This is the case moment of inertia of a solid cylinder about a transverse axis passing through its center, or one can say that moment of inertia of the solid cylinder about an axis passing through its center and perpendicular to its plane. So about a transverse axis passing through passing through center of mass. Transverse axis means perpendicular to its length. About passing through center of mass, this is center of mass. So the moment of inertia is ml square, that is ml square by 12 plus mr square by 4. This can be written in short, that is m into bracket m square by 12 plus r square by 4, and radius of gyration is the square root of m square by 12 plus r square by 4. R square by 4. Now this is the case, that is the third case. Then again we have to write the moment of inertia of the solid cylinder about an axis passing through one end, say that is a radius is r and this is length, means about an axis passing through one end and perpendicular to its length. So the formula is m into bracket l square by 3 plus r square by 4, and the radius of gyration is m square by 3 square root of l square by 3 plus r square by 4. So this is the moment of inertia of the solid cylinder about an axis passing through one end and perpendicular to its length. Now this is thing about the solid cylinder. Actually solid cylinder has four cases. One is axis of cylinder. See, axis of cylinder means geometrical axis, no doubt. So this is axis of cylinder. About this axis, m1 square by 2. Tangent to the surface means parallel. Tangent to surface but parallel to the geometric axis, 3 by 2 m1 square. And next is transverse axis passing through its center. So m1 square by 12 plus m1 square by 4. Take m common, we get this equation, square root of that. Square root of this bracket gives radius of gyration, that is corresponding radius of gyration. Now here is the next, that is the moment of inertia of solid cylinder about an axis passing through one end perpendicular to its length. The formula is m into bracket l square by 3 plus r square by 4. Now in a square bracket, that is in a bracket l square by 3 plus r square by 4. Take the square root of this bracket, that is square root of l square by 3 plus r square by 4. So this is about the radius of gyration in this case. Now the next is the 7 point is hollow cylinder. Hollow cylinder. Now the case is the same, but we have to consider this is a hollow cylinder. Means this is a hollow cylinder. Hollow cylinder. Now we have to again repeat the same thing here. That is 4 cases. Consider the hollow cylinder of mass m, radius r, and length l. Now in first case, again axis of cylinder, it is a hollow. So axis of cylinder means this is the geometric axis. So moment of inertia of a hollow cylinder, about the geometric axis is given by mr square, and radius of gyration means take the quantity. See, every time, the important point is that every time when we write the radius of gyration, consider basically see the formula. Now the quantity which is multiplied with mass, concentrate on that quantity and take the square root of that, gives the radius of gyration. So radius of gyration, this is only r. Now the second case is here about a tangent, means moment of inertia of a hollow cylinder of mass m, radius r, and length here is about a tangent and parallel to the geometric axis. And this is the tangential axis. So the moment of inertia in this case is 2 mr square and radius of gyration root 2r. Now here the moment of inertia of the hollow cylinder of mass m, radius r, and length l about a transverse axis passing through its center of mass is m into bracket l square by 12 plus mr square by 2. Now the radius of gyration is l square by 12 plus r square by 2. Now this is the moment of inertia about a transverse axis passing through its center of mass, Now moment of inertia of hollow cylinder of mass m, radius r, length l about an axis passing through one end and perpendicular to its length is given by m into bracket l square by 3 plus mr square by 2, and take square root of this bracket, that is l square by 3 plus r square by 2. So this is the formula, that is l square by 3 plus r square by 2. Now just we will repeat all these things. Hollow cylinder. Consider the hollow cylinder. There are 4 cases. Mass of the cylinder is m, radius of the cylinder is r, and length is l. Moment of inertia about the geometrical axis, mr square by 2, square root of this r square is r, radius of gyration. Now this is the about a tangent. Moment of inertia 2mr square, radius of gyration root r. Now here about a transverse axis passing through the center perpendicular to its length means it is the moment of inertia is m into bracket l square by 12 plus mr square by, now sorry, here is only write this m into l square by 12 plus r square by 2. So if we take square root of this means square root of l square by 12 plus r square by 2. Now here the moment of inertia about a tangential means moment of inertia about an axis passing through one end and perpendicular to its length is given by m into bracket l square by 3 plus r square by 2. Take square root of this l square by 3, square root of l square by 3 plus r square by 2. Now last one is last one is the rectangular sheet, and that is the last one, rectangular sheet. Rectangular sheet that we will here explain. Then we conclude about this and then we solve certain problems. So rectangular sheet. Rectangular sheet. Rectangular sheet. Mass, length and breadth. Mass m, breadth and width. Mass, length and breadth. I will write first here length and then breadth. Suppose the length is a and breadth is a b. I will draw just this diagram. So this is a rectangular sheet. This is a rectangular sheet and moment of inertia. Moment of inertia about an axis passing through its center of mass. About an axis passing through center of mass and perpendicular to its plane. Now, moment of inertia, that is m into bracket a square plus b square divided by 12. Now here the length is a and this breadth is b. So this is the moment of inertia and radius of inertia is very simple, a square plus b square divided by 12. So this is the rectangular sheet. Now this is about the things that we should know. Means starting from the definition of motion, then rigid body, then moment of inertia, radius of gyration, some two principles, some formulae. After that, we have taken different similar bodies. That is starting from disk, that is a disk, then ring, then solid sphere, then hollow sphere, then rod, then solid cylinder, then hollow cylinder, then rectangular sheet. So all these symmetrical bodies and their moment of inertia of different axes you should know. If you know all these things, then it is very easy to solve the problems or MCQs so far asked in competitive exams.